Hello, Chief.
I, I was invited to talk to you about this topic, sustainable development. The world has numerous programs in these directions related to economically applicable aims, norms, laws, and social power activities by the systems of governments, states, world legal order, and NGOs. The background documents are the UN action agendas, treaties, conventions, and declarations, NGOs, and cultural traditions. But the results obtained by such program has been the same: poor effectiveness, large express, and advances in fear, insecurity, destruction, disease, and crime. What that? Why that? Because there is a climate of disorder, emotion about every country on the planet. Its force of poverty and health in competition and in freedom of marketing and consumption without a social order. Poverty and health, wealth, are the two alliances and security forces of life for common sustainable development. The sustainability of peace and the welfare of life in common development. Certainly, a better understanding of the phenomenon of poverty and wealth will be needed. Today, this understanding is very controversial and complicated by universal economic competition. However, it should be noted then the fact of its existence. There is no poverty without health or values, and health without poverty and values. No non-economic values of faith and life. Faith and life. Each of these phenomena contains various problems and dimensions of the outside, the financial complex of the economy, marketing, and competition. They are all problems and dimensions of life related to the common sense of principles, values, and universal functions of the being in all the diversity and unity. There is a diffuse and conflicting idea of war on poverty that today, at the historical point of 2019-18, has advanced to promote this idea in the world, the idea of war against health, wealth, against wealth. Okay. This idea is a logistic of an economic network superior to official military and policy relations. It is an idea that involves human rights, the struggle for survival, and the struggle for the well-being of people and nature. It is a psychological civil war that was stressed the world legal system and keeps it insufficient for conflict resolution. The logistical idea grew as its cinematographic frame of propaganda and activism, the image and mental force of war in the introduction and induction of disorder and physical war. The image of the world's the psychic and relational violence and cultural disorder portrayed in the movie Coringa, released in 2019, a film that accentuates the public deification of the marginalization of poverty and wealth, passed on by terrorism, as well as the violence of the poor and the rich, as the basis of reason and axis of disorder in the world. A film that shows the disorder driven by wealth, official drugs, marginal life, the difficulties of traumas, of conflict and depressing family relations, the juridical ignorance of the logistics of competition between free trade and competition economic rights and the human rights of common dignity and discipline over all environments of life and territory of each economic or original culture and civilization. To achieving positive results of sustainable development to all on peace and human and planetary well-being, we must really get out of this struggle, moving from the struggle against poverty and wealth to the balance and guarantee of the well-being of life in these two conditions in all environments, civilizations, and genres. The paradigm shift that focuses on the balance and the well-being of both parties defines poverty and wealth as the common goals of the planet. There is poverty and wealth everywhere, and all depends on the other. This fact requires a socially and economically management of culturally shared life. Because, friends, the current problems of the world is not poverty or health or wealth in itself. The real problem of our peoples and nations is the disorder administered by the world economic system about both poverty and wealth. The disorder understood as a force of imbalance that moves in competition within and between health and poverty. This is an economic status and governmental of the planet at this point in history. The disorder caused by elements such as these: various cultural wars and conflicts, terrorism, bullying, intoxications of the earth, water, air, and natural life, animal, plant, mineral, maritime, and atmosphere life, sustaining fragmentation and commodification of people, services, human relations, and drugs as economic products of purchase and sale, or purchase and sell. Its attempt to define the meaning of poverty without referring to health, UNDP defined precisely the source of imbalance as a situation that prevents the individual or his family from meeting one or more basic needs and participating fully in social life. In fact, this was a definition of poverty established by UNDP, but I see it better as a definition of sort. In my eyes, poverty is the status quo set by economic civilization for the people under its tutelage, relationships, or labor control. And wealth is the status quo defined for the economic tutelary force of labor relations and control. Seen in this way, the current issues of the establishment and permanent maintenance of a system of sustainable development for all present us with these specific requirements. The establishment of an alliance between the poverty and health of people and nations for the welfare of our common home and life. This idea is described in all human rights and world order documents grounded in the principles of peace and common dignity, yet divided into the logistical dialogue of competition between the power forces of the rich and poor. But establishment this alliance is the most difficult part at this point in the history of the UN, CMS, and how we see three forces that in this moment involved in the cultural organization. Because it requires us to clarify current human relations about the ideas of poverty and health, and to restore the unity and mutual trust in faith, justice, and common governance. Here, considering the view of Mahatma Gandhi's political, legal, and cultural relationships, Article 51 of the Constitution of India and common civilizational cultures, the CMS has taken a major step in these directions with the World Conference of Heads of Justice. He highlighted this fact to the world, the need for a sustainable world cultural order for the riches and poverty of the different situations of life, justice, and economic of civilization. The need for the UN human rights and justice system the criminal system of people and nations, the political government and religious authorities of understanding this fact. The importance of integrating the legal, political, and cultural order in the world, in all the nations. The importance forward of the building of a state of world cultural unity, the social perspective of moving from a fragmented legal order on the administration of rights to a shared cultural order on the common principles of justice, law, and civilization. The focus of these actions will undoubtedly be the cultural organization towards the establishment of peace and abiding welfare on earth. And the focal elements intended for the realization of these organizations will undoubtedly these, the human, its children, and the control over contacts and service of human socialization, social education, includes the relations of the educational system of work, society, and government associated with the human rights. This is what I see as the path to sustainable development, the organization of cultural unity in the world. It's not possible, the sustainable development without cultural organization, because the man is the director and of function. Thank you very much for your attention.